Yo, what's going on guys? Ian77 here. In today's video, we're going to be showing the top 5 cards inside of Clash Royale. Alright, so the first deck we're going to be using here is going to be Royal Hogs Earthquake Cycle, and the card that I want to showcase here is going to be the Archer Queen, so I will just be doing a battle, one battle each with all of the top cards, and a lot of these decks actually include multiple of the best cards, so you may see quite a few repeats of certain cards, but yeah, I feel like some of the strongest cards in the game are just used in like nearly every deck, like especially Archer Queen. It's pretty much used in anything, so you may see quite a few of these decks have Archer Queen in them and other stuff. Alright, so in this first match here, it looks like we're gonna be against Lava here, and by the way guys, I think Archer Queen is probably the strongest card in the game. Like, these cards aren't really in a specific order for which is the strongest, but I definitely say Archer Queen is the strongest out of all of these cards. Just like so versatile, can really be used in any deck, it feels like, and just has like so much power on offense and defense. That's really why it's so good, and even after it got a couple nerfs, it's still super OP, to be honest, and I don't really see it being anywhere. I mean, I don't really see it being like bad, or like even if they nerf it a bit, unless they just really go overkill. So I think it'll still be good for a while, even though I will say that if it gets like a pretty heavy nerf, we might start to see like some other cards kind of take its place, like Musketeer or Firecracker, but don't see that happening too soon. Maybe in like Hog Rider or something, other cards could become better, but just really OP with the 3-card cycle of the Archer Queen especially, and kind of like the just like the amount of cards you can cycle. Like, you can cycle back to like Royal Deliveries like so quickly when you have a queen on the field. There are like so many EQs, so really good card. And by the way guys, would you guys like to see more champion decks on the channel? I mean, like, maybe not more champion decks, but like, are you guys okay seeing like quite a lot of champion decks? Because I know a lot of you guys don't even have champions, but I still sometimes share, or quite often share, videos with champions in the deck, just because like I know that you guys can still all play them in grand challenges or classic challenges, so I feel like you guys can still get a bit of use out of the deck. So yeah, it could definitely help out some of you, but I'm not sure like if all of you guys really like that or not. Alright, so he's probably going to take our tower here in this first game. We're kind of just like spamming deliveries, because when we have the queen down, we just have like such a quick cycle. So even though he does have clone, which is a little bit hard to deal with for us, it's kind of not too bad right here. But yeah, he did take our tower, but we did take like quite a lot of his other towers, so still in a pretty good spot right here. Royal Delivery kind of carrying, and also Fire Spirit is quite nice against the lava pups and bats and all of that stuff. So yeah, looking pretty good here. Royal Hogs did get quite a bit of damage there, and he might go with like a lava in the pocket. Yeah, looks like he will go with the lava, but Queen should be able to kind of snipe off the stuff, I hope, and Fire Spirit plus Delivery does end up killing the flying machine, so looking pretty good here. The one bat does end up surviving, but should get a really good delivery on the lava pups here. Royal Hogs also chipping away in the left lane, and looking super good right here. And since we do have the queen down, we can cycle EQs extra quickly, so just going to go with one right here. May seem a bit aggressive, but I think we should be pretty fine here. Royal Hogs will probably get some damage unless he does fireball it, like, which he does right there, but since he fireballed, he probably won't have enough for like a lava hound right away or something, so should be able to spell cycle him out here. Gonna go with another EQ, gonna log as well, and go with Royal Hogs too, and yeah, that probably will be GG right here. Alright, hopping in the next match here, we're going to be using a minor control deck, and the card that I want to highlight in this deck is going to be the Log. So I feel like Log is just such a good card. Like, I know there's quite a few other big spells or even small spells that are like not too much worse than Log, but I feel like Log is just like so versatile. You can pretty much use it in almost any deck, so that's why I ranked it above Fireball. I feel like it's slightly more versatile than Fireball, so yeah, there's quite a few strong cards in this deck. Like, I feel like Skeletons are quite an honorable mention. I didn't really actually include it in this video, but I feel like they're definitely up there. I feel like they're a very strong card, but at the same time I didn't decide to include it because I feel like they're a very strong card, but also kind of a healthy card, I would say. I feel like they're just nice in the game, so that's why I didn't include it. And I feel like Miner is also very strong. I'm not sure if it's like a top 5 strong card, but it's definitely one of the probably top 10 cards or so. And yeah, just really versatile as well. As you can see, like most of these top cards are just going to be cards that are very versatile. And he's actually going to go with the Magic Archer at the bridge there. Luckily, I did kind of predict it. I used the skeletons on that bandit so that the Dark Prince would kind of charge towards the inside of the arena a bit more, and we countered it pretty well right there. So yeah, he's going to be playing like the Bridge Span Magic Archer deck, which should be an interesting matchup. It is pretty okay on defense for the most part. The only thing we have to look out for is his Magic Archers, which could get quite a lot of value if we don't deal with them properly. But it is actually kind of nice that the Dark Prince can jump over the river now, because the one thing that it's actually better against is like, of course, like building decks if you're running like a beatdown deck, but it's also quite good against like Magic Archers and stuff like that. I didn't actually use it so far this game, but who knows, might find a chance to use it later, and it's pretty nice against like Pekka Magic Archer decks as well. Alright, so we're just going to go with a Miner in the right lane here. Might try to activate King Tower off of this bandit, so just going to go with a Dark Prince here, and should be a pretty good King Tower activation. Always helps out a ton against these matchups, so just went from like a okay matchup to like a super good matchup now that we have the King activated, so going to help a lot. And he's using pretty good Ram Riders, but the Royal Delivery recruit was still able to kind of mess up the snare from targeting like the Dark Prince, so he still had to respond to it a little bit. And yeah, looking really good right here. He didn't even get any damage off so far, and he's always going with these Inferno Dragons in the back to build up a push, but we're just going to take the Rocket on them, even though it's not the tower that we're going for. It's still going to give us good value. Going to kill the Inferno Dragon for only like a -2 trade, and it's still going to give us like 500 plus damage on the tower that he goes for the Inferno Dragon next to. And he is kind of going for some aggressive Magic Archers here and there, but honestly not really doing too much for him. They're not really going to get like a ton of damage, and I'm actually going to Rocket this bandit. It might seem quite aggressive, but we were up a few Elixir, and we had a Dark Prince down as well, so was kind of worth it. And the Dark Prince is actually going to go ahead and jump back, and also going to jump again across the bridge, kind of just jumping everywhere. But Miner is also chipping away here, so yeah, looking quite good here. We do have to watch out for the Inferno Dragon, but I think we should be fine. And he is going to go for the Magic Archer there, but that means he can't use it to like chip away at our towers. And he is going to get one chip shot, but still not really going to do too much for him. And with the King Tower activated, I don't really think the Ram Rider can break through either. And it is also nice that we have like the Log Plus delivery to kill Magic Archers, and yeah, so he's going to support it there with the Lumberjack, but even though he will get a few chip shots, we still clean it up pretty nice. So it looks like he will go for another Magic Archer kind of aggressively, but we're already up quite a bit, so not really going to matter too much. Just like all those rockets that we got off on his Inferno Dragons really just helped us out and put us kind of in a spot where we don't really have to worry too much about defense. And it looks like he probably will just give up here. No, honestly, no chance that he could really come back, so yeah, really easy win here. Alright, hopping in the next match here, we're going to be up against Sandbox, a very good CRL player and a top ladder player, so going to be an interesting match here. Not really sure what he's playing. He does have Fire Spirit, so it could be like Royal Hogs, could also be Hog Rider even, not really too sure. It is still kind of early in the season, so looks like he will go in with the Hog Rider here, so honestly should be a pretty solid matchup here. I know I do kind of often beat Hound with Hog Rider, but to be fair, if you're not like super experienced with Hog Rider, it is pretty difficult, so not really expecting him to win here unless he plays super well. But yeah, he does go with the early Queen here, and we're just going to go with a Hound into it, which is a pretty good play usually, and I don't really see how he's going to defend our push here, because we are going to have like a Lava Loon push, and the Queen does almost take out the Lava, but he's only going to have a Bomb Tower here, and I don't think he has like any other air response, so I'm not really sure how he's going to stop that. And also the guards are going to tank for the Balloon on the right side, so yeah, Balloon just getting a ton of damage on the tower, and also with the quick attack speed, going to do quite a number on his tower. Alright, he's going to go for the Hog Rider here. Honestly, like, there's two main Tombstone placements you can do. Either you can just like go with the Tombstone right on top of the Hog Rider, or you can go with it in the anti-earthquake position like I did right there, but kind of up to you like what you what you think your opponent is going to do in that situation, but both can be quite good at certain times. And since we did take like most of his tower, I'm just going to focus on defense here. We could go with like a Lava Hound or something since he wasted his queen, but honestly might as well just defend and play it a bit safer here. And yeah, gonna try to like make sure to have pretty quick reaction times here with our units, because like if you react quick enough with like an Inferno Dragon, you can only you can allow the Hog to only get like one hit on your tower. Like with minions, you can also allow only the Hog to get like only one hit, but you just have to make sure you're super quick with it. So yeah, I'm just gonna Fireball right here. I could have went with the Lava Hound, but don't even want to take any chances with his Hog Rider possibly breaking through, so it should be good like this. And I think the guard should hold the Hog to just one hit, and I'm just gonna go with a Lava Hound now. He is down a few elixir, he doesn't have any queen in cycle, so should be pretty fine here. Just gonna like block up the lane with the Inferno Dragon, and looks like we'll go with the Hog Rider anyways, but don't really think it's gonna do too much for him right here. Yeah, and his Hog probably will get a few shots right there, but just gonna Fireball as well. And honestly, the Lava Hound will do pretty well in the left lane, I mean, so yeah, unless he like goes with something crazy on it, I don't really think he has any chance here. And it's pretty good to actually play your Tombstone right on top of the Hog Rider, because even if they EQ it, it's still gonna kill like half of the Hog Rider before the skeletons die. So that will be GG. Hopping in the next match here, we're gonna be up against this guy who's in a clan called 2.6 Hog Daily, so could be a 2.6 matchup. And in this game we're going to be running Mortar Earthquake, and the card that I'm trying to highlight here is going to be the Valkyrie. I feel like Valkyrie is just such a strong card right now. It just fits in so many decks. Like, it's pretty much really good in every single cycle deck in the game. And that Firecracker wasn't too good there. I was kind of expecting the skeleton to get killed by the mortar, but not going to work out too well for us right there. Oh, by the way, guys, I just realized I forgot to mention what the card was that I was talking about last game. So the strong card that I was trying to mention last game was the Tombstone. I feel like Tombstone is just such a versatile card. I mean, maybe not like as versatile as some other things, but it's still really good in quite a number of decks like Graveyard, Golem, some Skeleton King decks, and just like a bunch of stuff like that. And yeah, always good in Lava Hound decks. So Tombstone definitely a very strong card, probably the best building right now. And yeah, I feel like it's very good. Honestly, guards are also kind of up there. That's why I showed that Lava Hound deck, because I feel like guards are very, very strong as well. Probably kind of close to top 5. They're not used as much as some cards, but they're just so strong in the decks that they are used in, like Logbait, sometimes Hog Rider, and Lava Hound, and stuff like that. Alright, so we actually did get a lucky mortar shot there, and it looks like he's going to be running a Hog deck with EQ in it. It might be the 2.6 deck, but with EQ over Fireball that I shared like a few days ago, so should be a pretty interesting matchup here. We do have a lot of Hog counters, but at the same time you can just like EQ cycle us, and we can't really do anything about it, because with the Ice Golem and the EQ, there's no way our mortar is going to break through. So well, luckily we did get like an early lucky shot there, but could be a little bit difficult to break through here, so we might just have to rely on EQ cycling him and see who can cycle more EQs this game. We could even use tornadoes on his tower sometimes just for extra chip damage, even though we kind of need to save it for his Hog Riders. We can always get mortars off on his Hog Riders sometimes, and we're actually going to get a bit of Firecracker chip there. Might not seem like too much, but it was like 200 damage, which is actually pretty big in a spell cycle game like this. But yeah, the thing is, he does have quite a bit of a faster cycle than us, so I'm just going to go with a tornado here. May seem like a bit of a questionable tornado, but it is going to allow us to get a little bit of damage and continue our cycle, so work out pretty well for us here. Mortar is going to defend pretty easily, and he is kind of catching up little by little, but I think we should be fine here. Going to go with another tornado on offense, and yeah, he's going to go for the Hog Rider here. I could have EQ'd first and then went with the mortar, but just want to be safe here, going with the Mega Minion, and he will get an EQ up. We're also going to get our own EQ up, and now we just need 2 more EQs to win, and he needs 3 more, so in a pretty good place here, but it will definitely be very close because he does have the faster cycle. I'm just going to go with the high mortar here, just to be sure that we don't take like a Hog Rider hit, because sometimes when you tornado, you never know when they can just like end up getting lucky somehow. And now we do just need 1 more Earthquake on his tower, so Just going to defend that Hog Rider pretty easily here, and I don't think there's any way he's going to outcycle us here, and that will be GG. Hopping in the next match, you're going to be facing Wallace, so a very good player for sure, and the card that I want to highlight here is going to be Skeleton King, so yeah, champion's definitely very good. 2 of the champions in the top 5, and I feel like Archer Queen is a bit better than Skeleton King, but Skeleton King just feels like so dominant in the decks that it is used in, like Mortar and sometimes like Graveyard and Lava Hound and all of that stuff, so definitely a very good champion. I feel like Golden Knight was also quite good, but ever since the nerf, it just became a little bit of a bad card. I feel like the Golden Knight never really chains on anything anymore, so not the best, but champions in general are pretty strong, and actually going to go with the Skeleton King ability here. I feel like the ability for it is actually super good. Like, it kind of depends what deck you're facing. Like, if you face a Valkyrie deck, then the Skeleton King ability is kind of useless, but if you face something like, I don't know, like some beatdown deck or something, I feel like the ability just gets so much value, and it's just kind of crazy, like, how well it does against, like, stuff like E-Giant. I'm actually going to go with that cannon cart there, just to tank the baby dragon. Also going to force him to use a Valkyrie, so pretty nice right here. And he's probably going to be playing a Graveyard deck, which is honestly pretty good for Mortar in general, although his baby dragon will be pretty difficult to kill, since we only have a Dart Goblin. I'm just going to go for a Mortar here as well. Just going to try to get a bit of an early damage lead, so we can kind of focus on just defense later on. And you can actually play a few versions of this Mortar deck. You can also run it with, like, Fireball over Log and, like, Minion Horde over Cannon Cart. I just decided to put Cannon Cart in this time because my Minion Horde is underleveled, and Minion Horde underlevel is pretty bad, I feel like, so that's why I decided to go for this version here. But there's quite a few good Mortar decks right now. You can also run it with Skeleton Barrel over Miner if you are worried about maxing out like a legendary card or something like that. Alright, and looks like we actually did fool him a bit with that Valkyrie. I knew he would probably expect it in the safe spot, but even though he had the... I think he had the Tornado in cycle, I just didn't go with it in the safe spot, because I knew that even if he tried to Tornado it, the Tombstone might, like, distract it, so it probably wouldn't have activated anyways, but... yeah, gonna work out pretty well here for us, but now it will get a bit more difficult though, because now he's kind of just like stacking up the same lane, so we can't really go for any or much more mortars and stuff like that in the same lane, because it is kind of getting clogged up with all his units. But Miner is chipping away a bit. Mortar also gonna get some damage in the opposite lane, which is kind of nice for us, so that we can kind of force him to focus on 2 lanes rather than just stacking up the left lane. And we're always going to be going with these high Dart Goblins here, just to make sure that he can't get poison value or anything like that. And yeah, he's going to kill our Dart Goblins every time with like those Nados and stuff, but luckily we still make him spend quite a bit more than he otherwise would have had to spend. And I'm going to kind of misplace the Mortar there a little bit, but it shouldn't really matter too much. And the Cannon Cart will kind of be there protecting it, so it should be pretty good for us right here. And we're going to get another high Dart Goblin as well, and gonna try to protect it with this Skelly King here. Gonna kind of unfortunately push the Dart Goblin way forward into the skeletons and stuff, but he nados it anyway, so not really gonna matter too much right there. I'm just gonna hold off on the Skeleton King ability here. Unlike the Archer King, you don't always want to use the Skeleton King ability. Sometimes it can be a little bit of a waste of elixir, but still definitely super good in certain situations. So the Skeleton King is a bit matchup dependent, and we actually don't end up protecting the Dart Goblin there, so kind of unfortunate for us. He's going to kind of build up quite a big push right now because of that, but hopefully the bats will DPS down the baby dragon a little bit. And I don't think he has too much elixir right now, so just going to go with the Skarmy here. It's underleveled though, so not really going to do as good of a job as the max Skarmy could have done. And we are actually like top 10 ladder here, so kind of a decent disadvantage to be underleveled, but not really going to do too much anyways, because he's just going to poison it pretty easily. Alright, so honestly the Cannon Cart is quite nice here as well. Like, I feel like if we had Minion Horde, we might have already lost this game already, but the Cannon Cart just doing a super good job of kind of clogging up the lane and forcing him to not really attack as often as he might like to. And I think he will be in log range right now, so probably going to be GG here in a second. A pretty close game, but yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye!